Wait, excuse me. I think you're making my drink wrong.
I can assure you that I am not.
It's just that I specifically said that I wanted extra blueberry in my latte, and you haven't put any in.
This is not a blueberry latte. It's a large caramel macchiato.
Okay, well then you're definitely making my drink wrong, because I did not order that.
No, you did not.
I have a large caramel macchiato. Oh, that's me. Thank you so much.
Of course. Have a good day. Eric is working on your latte. I had to send him to the back to get more blueberry syrup, as we are all out up here.
Right. Got it. It was buried under the box of cherry syrup and essence of hellfire. I'll get started on your drink.
I appreciate it, Eric.
Thank you. You missed mommying.
I'm never gonna live that down, am I?
Not even if you live forever.
And here is your hot chocolate, Nicole.
Thanks. Excuse me.
Oh, all good. I'm here to pick up an order for Rachel. That'll be a few minutes. We had a bit of a rush earlier that's slowed us down.
Oh, take your time.
In fact, do you think you can whip me up a couple of medium coffees, light roast?
We do have a large size. No shame in it.
Oh, yeah, but one is for my partner. He's in the car. I promised him pizza if he came with me. Not that he needed the bribe, but this will also help sweeten the deal.
2 medium coffees on the screen right there.
And I thought dashing was a solo enterprise.
It's supposed to be.
But I'm a woman. This order for Rachel, I don't even know if that's their real name. I've had at least 2 people use feminine names and even make a note saying that they're disabled or whatever, so that can I please come right up to the door and deliver the order straight into their hands. And the first time, I just got this feeling, so I left it at the doorstep and texted them when I was safely back in my car. It was a 6-foot-tall man who came out to get it, and he looked really pissed when he saw that I had gone back to my car, out of his reach. The second time, I take it up to the door, and Mary turns out to be 3 men who suggest that I come inside for a bit until they saw both the gun on my hip and my boyfriend right behind me.
This happens regularly.
So far, those are the only 2 times in the 5 months that I've been doing this. Although in at least one instance, a woman sent her boyfriend to try to steal from my car while I was distracted with giving her the food. I had to pull my gun on him to get him to back off. Also, some friends of mine have experienced the opposite. They'll order food through like DoorDash or Grubhub or whatever and see that the driver's name is feminine, so like they relax. Only to have a man come to the door who tries to like creepily flirt with them or make obvious note of whether or not they live alone. It's a whole thing. And I know, I should quit, but frankly, we need the money, and none of the places I've applied to have gotten back to me, so it's open carry and a cute himbo in the passenger seat for now. I have found himbos and thembos to be a very effective deterrent, but you should check out my coven. We offer protective charms for cheap. It won't solve the societal problem, but it'll at least keep you safe.
Oh, thanks, I'll check that out.
And I'll add another layer of the protective spells of my CaFae. I already have it so that no delivery driver gets wrongfully accused of failure when they carry my goods. This will just be a greater bonus. Oh, and it seems that Cyrus has finished your drinks. Drive safe. Hey, Professor. You wanted to see me? Yes, I did. Thank you for taking the time for this. You remember my colleague Vincent, right? From the Hell That Is Chocolatiering class. Yeah.
Take a seat.
Okay, you 2 are giving parents about to tell their kids that they're getting divorced vibes.
What's going on?
Well, Vincent has raised some concerns about your apprenticeship.
What about it?
It's not an apprenticeship. There's no pastry chef at CaFae Latte for you to apprentice under. You're just working a food service job. I told you that, and it got approved. And I'm telling the dean to unapprove it. Excuse you? Nobody has made any decisions yet. But I thought you should know. Hold up. I'm the kitchen manager of a cafe, which you guys said multiple times would count for the college credit that I need this year. And now all of a sudden it's not enough? You're not learning anything. The hell I'm not. And on top of that, you're not creating art. You're just doing commercialized baking. Oh, I'm sorry, do you not sell your stuff? You can just pay your bills with your life-size chocolate sculptures? Who's taking that as currency? This college is for artists. Vincent, Remember that discussion that we had about pretentiousness in the culinary world? Pretentiousness is just a nasty way of saying high-quality craft. Look, JC is passing all of their classes and hitting all of the deadlines for new recipes. I don't see why upending their entire semester is going to fix a problem that doesn't even really exist. If we let them do this, pass off any food service job as a respectable apprenticeship that's supposed to prepare them for the real world, my world is realer than yours. Excuse me, not excuse. You're jeopardizing my scholarship, my ability to even go to the school, because I'm not licking the boots of someone you think is worthy. Shut up, both of you. Vincent, before you take your concerns to the dean, why don't you go to CaFae Latte and see what JC does on a day-to-day basis? I'll go with you. Fine by me. Just don't piss off the fairy boss. I am nothing short of honest. If she can't handle that, perhaps you shouldn't work for her. You know what? Be sure you're extra honest when you meet her. 2 of your professors are coming here to ensure the quality of your apprenticeship. Months after approving it? Yep. Vincent, the guy who teaches my chocolate class, he thinks that this shouldn't count as an apprenticeship because there's not another chef here, and also because we're making pastries to make money rather than for some weird abstract art reason. Don't tell Nicole. Alright, her abstract art is fine and she's not a bitch about it, but I do this to pay bills. They're bringing this problem up now? What happens if they decide this isn't kosher enough for them? I have to find a different bakery to apprentice under for 600 hours before the end of the semester, in addition to the classes. It's March. Yep, and I can guarantee you they're not going to pay nearly as well as you do because they basically view apprentices as interns. That's assuming I can find one in time, which is going to be extremely difficult, if not impossible. And if you fail, you lose out on the entire semester. Yeah, I don't even know if my scholarship will continue to cover me. I have to keep my grades up in order to keep that money flowing, so bombing this will probably mean saying goodbye to the degree entirely. I'm gonna go beat up some cookie dough. It needs to go in the oven anyway. Yeesh. You know, that professor won't be able to do much from a hospital bed. No stabbing. You just want to suck the joy out of everything. Hi, you must be Jennifer Charles's employer. We're here for an, evaluation, so to speak. Yes, they told me. They are busy in the back. Try not to distract them. We need to restock from the morning rush. And you should read this. What's this? Sales records, comparing profits before and after Jennifer Charles started working here. I also marked the point where they went full-time and took over as my kitchen manager. For your consideration. Sales numbers mean nothing. I am looking for skill and expertise. Oh, are you able to pay your bills without money? What magic allows you to do that? I'd love to learn such a skill. Vincent. We are not here to cause any more problems than we have to. Come on. I'll be with you 2 in a minute. I just gotta get these out of the oven. Chocolate chip cookies. What an extraordinarily original experience, singular to a bakery apprenticeship. Take your time, JC. Is there a recipe book that we can take a peek at while you're busy? Blue binder on the shelf, right of the spices. If you can't reach it, the step stool is right behind the fridge. JC, I'm pretty sure everyone but you and Drek can reach it. Also, we're out of M&M cookies. We're out of M&Ms entirely until boss goes shopping. You're getting chocolate chip. Fine. Also, the 4 cheese scones need another 5 minutes. For low on those chocolate coconut bars, the backup batch is in that fridge. Just needs to be cut. Hellfire muffins are out until you bribe Satan again, or whatever it is that you do. And those dried strawberries from earlier are all in a batch of blondies that I made for an experiment and are already at the front of the house. So, if you want to steal something to eat, take one of the cookies while they're still goopy. Where are you? Lunch rush is going to start soon. A lot of these look familiar. Oh, the pomegranate Danish. You used this for your final. Did you plagiarize these? Fuck no, I came up with them. The ones Bob liked best went into the binder for her to sell here. You mentioned that your boss needed to go shopping. Do you go with her? Sometimes. Most of the time I just help with inventory. And what will you be suggesting that she purchase, besides what you have already listed? Butter. We could use a couple of extra cheeses for the more savory stuff. Dryad berries. We can use freeze-dried or canned stuff, but fresh is way better, and it's in the budget, so why not? We're running low on powdered sugar and cocoa powder. Anything else that we need is added to the whiteboard behind you. And what about eggs? I don't see a single carton in any of your fridges. You know most fairies are vegetarian, right? It's a culture thing. Being immortal, they're above death, and so they stay away from meat or anything that requires killing an animal. Some of the extremists don't even eat, like, root vegetables. So what do you use for a binding agent? Spit and stubbornness? That was my first attempt. Now I use pumpkin puree. It works better than applesauce. Oh, it reminds me. Oh, hey, breathe through. Huh? Add pumpkin puree to the list. We're running low. Oh, yeah, sure. Got it. There. Oh, also, the rush is starting to pick up, so we might need you pretty soon. Huh, of course we are. You work front of the house, too? If I have to, yeah, it's a cafe. Coffee's the main thing. So you're just a glorified barista. So I am the head baker who has to decide what to make, has to make it, and clean up, all in about half the time. And if I fuck up, the entire cafe suffers because the best coffee and baristas in the world won't make up for the fact that the food is shit. Excuse me. Sorry to interrupt. Your granny and her husband are here. They're picking up an order that they placed yesterday, something about a 70th birthday party. 3 dozen muffins, variety pack, they're on the counter behind you. Oh, good, perfect. They did ask me to double check that they were low sodium. I remembered. I also taped the exact measurements per batch under the lids of the containers, plus all the other ingredients, and marked which ones were gluten-free and which ones weren't. You know how old people get with their diets. Oh, excellent. Thank you. How many of your baked goods are gluten-free, out of curiosity? About half, including these cookies, not that you can tell. The vegetarianism tends to attract a bunch of hipsters, and a lot of them are also gluten-free or full-blown vegan. Wouldn't it be easier to just go with regular or more mainstream recipes? I'm sure your boss can see that it would save time and probably money, too. Screw that, I like the challenge. Watch your back. Excuse me, dirty dishes coming through. Oh, sorry. The mixer in the sink? I'm gonna need that ASAP. On it! I've got shit to do. Can we pick this up later? Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow during office hours. It's still not an apprenticeship. Vincent, they're not apprenticed to anyone. They're running the damn kitchen. I think that counts for something. And experience is the best teacher. What is the point of them pursuing a degree in the baking arts if they already know the basics? Well, it increases job prospects, it increases prestige among our community, the schooling itself helps with networking. Capitalism is a plague on us all. On that we agree. But the point of the apprenticeship is to gain real-world experience. You can't deny that JC is getting that. And since the goal for most bakers is to sell baked goods, they're head and shoulders above all the other students. They were a huge factor in getting that cafe to move to a bigger, better location than it had been at previously. It's the principle of the matter. So you want to kick them out of this college because you don't like their career path? Well, I'm not kicking them out. They'll just have to redo the semester. No big deal. Vincent, they're here on scholarship. A scholarship that will drop them if they fail to get the credits they need. Credits that they were assured by faculty they would get if they used their current job as their apprenticeship. And I don't know about you, but I prefer to fail students based on their actions, not ours. I'm gonna talk to the dean. Vincent, I'm not gonna tell him to drop JC or change anything about them or their curriculum, but I would like to have a little bit of extra scrutiny into future apprenticeships so this type of thing doesn't happen again. So what's going on? So you're all good. Nothing bad happened. Yeah, they're letting me slip through the cracks on this one. You seem off, or at least not nearly as happy and celebrating as you should be. You know when you expect something bad to happen, and then it doesn't? Yeah, it just sucks the wind right out of your sails. I was preparing for a fight, and I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't get one. Is this one of those things where you don't know how to accept that something good is happening to you? I think so, yeah. Do you want to talk about the worst customers you've had to deal with at the cafe until you feel normal again? I've got some nasty kids in my class to compare them to. You know what? Yeah, that Sounds great. So there was this one Karen just last week who was allergic to peanuts, but insisted that peanut butter was fine.